morning, afternoon, and evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to one of the most boring football games you're ever going to watch. Bombers lose 13-12 to the Calgary Stampeders in our last game of the season, and as I've said in my reviews and previews in last game's video, it's a nothing game. At this point, I know that Calgary started with Bo Levi Mitchell, hoping that he would get used to this Bombers defense. He didn't really, which is why both QBs about halfway through the game would get pulled. But anyways, going into the pregame, Caleros was in. I was surprised, but then afterwards I heard about the McGuire groin injury, so it made a little more sense. Oliveira was out. Augustine was playing this game. I saw a thing somewhere that said that Shaq Cooper was in today. However, I don't think that's right because McKnight was the guy always catching the ball. So, yeah, I don't know if that's accurate or not. Stanley Bryant is in, so that's good to see. Mainly, one of the most important things, no injuries today. So, don't injure each other in practice and we should be fine. Anyways, first quarter, though. Calgary starts with the running game, and I found this a bit interesting. As you could definitely tell that Calgary was taking the cautious approach, making sure that Bo Levi Mitchell was never really in any big danger so he wouldn't get injured. As much as Mayer, I think, is one of the best backups in the league, they don't want to have to resort to him if Mitchell is playing his A game, which he did this past week and whatnot. And he's seemingly, as the season's gone on, gotten better and better and better. There'd be offensive pass interference by Bailey, and make it Bombers 2nd and 17. Can't quite get it. But then when Calgary then gets the ball, they would then go 2 and outs. That's fine. But then when the Bombers get back on their drive, there will be a huge pass to Rashid Bailey. Reaction here. Oh, yes! There we go. Is that Bailey? Yes! Yep, so a nice play there. Like to see those longer passes, like I was saying in the most recent preview, or the most recent review, sorry. How teams are going for those longer passes. I was kind of critiquing some of the teams that just would never really go for it, never go on any sort of ambitious play like that. But then the Bombers would get all the way to the 2-yard line. We'd finally put Brown in for his first play, and come on. Oh, they're going to throw it. Oh, shit. No! Oh, my God. Yeah, I'm not going to lie. Bombers completely screwed their pooch on this one. They were 2 yards away from a touchdown. They did not get it. Not only, but they fumbled and would lose like 45 to 50 yards. And then Calgary ball in midfield. Not good, guys. Those are ones where you really just have to bury it. I understand what they were trying to do. They're trying to do a trick play, pull them back, go for the throw. They've done that. They did it with McGuire once this season. However, they didn't do it on McGuire's very first play. This was Brown's first play. He had no time to get warmed up with all this, with the throwing game or even the running game at all. He wasn't on the field before then. So to pull out the bag of tricks on the guy's first play, I don't think is the smart move. I would have at least maybe done something like that in like the third quarter. But I understand why they did it. And as I'm not going to be too critical because I'm a guy that normally calls for those type of plays, so I get it. But anyways, second quarter. It would go back and forth a bit. And one thing I wrote down at this point is that Augustine was playing great. Honestly, Augustine had a very good game today. There was specifically one drive, and we would get a field goal on this where Augustine was just punching it through play after play, first down after first down after first down. I was loving Augustine this game. I think he was definitely the best Bomber today, and good job to him for that. Good mid-quarter drive. Augustine, 88 yards and 8 runs. There you go. Yeah, he seemed unstoppable, specifically in the second quarter. And like I said before, Castillo would then follow up with the field goal on a 95-yard drive for the Bombers. 3-0 game. Brown at this point would then go in full-time. Caleros would go out. Good, pull him out. No reason to... to be completely honest, I wouldn't have even played Collaros to begin with. Even with McGuire out, I would have had Brown play the whole game because at the end of the day, the Grey Cup is what matters. But I understand he wanted to play and whatnot, especially if he ends up playing this Calgary team. I get it. So, makes sense. And then Castillo would go for a 52-yard field goal attempt, would just barely miss it, and would make this and would keep this at 3-0 going into halftime for the Bombers. So, very, very low-scoring, boring game. Third quarter, Mayer's in, Mitchell is out. And then it would go back and forth with drive after drive and 2-and-outs and all that for about 10 minutes at least. Like almost the entire quarter was just teams getting not close enough for field goals or this or that. And then there would be finally something to actually talk about. A big interception by Jones. Reaction here. Oh! Yes! And then later on that quarter, Castillo would hit a 38-yard field goal, making this 6-0 for the Bombers. Going into the fourth quarter, this is the quarter where the Bombers normally excel. Obviously, they have a ton of starters not playing. Collaros, one of them. But I basically wrote down at this point, man, this game is boring. Like, holy crap. Like, I literally, at this point, I stopped recording half the plays because I knew nothing was going to happen. And nothing really did. And even when things did, they happened in boring ways where I really had not much to say about it. Like, okay, sure, that happened. Hooray, you know. Just a boring game. Castillo would hit another field goal, make this 9-0 for the Bombers. It would go back and forth quite a bit, killing more and more time. Castillo would then get a second field goal in the fourth quarter, making this 12-0. And then at this point, I wrote down neither team is having any strong pushes. It really seemed like just seemed like a game of catch, and it just kept going back and forth and back and forth, without really feeling like any team was really close to getting a touchdown at any point. That it would stay that way until Calgary would then get a field goal. So Calgary's finally on the board now. I don't know what's going on there. Calgary's finally on the board now. And they would really put the pressure on to try to get this. Obviously, their backup QB, much better than our backup of a backup QB. But I wasn't overall disappointed with Brown. He's 24. He's got time to figure it out, so it is what it is. And then Calgary, on a very long pass, really nice pass by Mayer, would get the touchdown. The convert would be good, and it would be 12-10 for the Bombers. At this point, I was just kind of like, I kind of wanted to win this game. But if we don't, that's okay. But, you know, is what it is. And then Calgary would almost fake that they're going to do a onside kick. They don't, though. They kick it deep. And as a result of that little bit of deception, they tackled the Bombers pretty deep in there. And then Bombers would go 2-and-out and have to kick. And then Calgary would return in a decent amount, push it forward quite a bit, and would get the field goal, the buzzer beater field goal, and make this game 13-12 with 0 seconds left back on the clock. And the Calgary Stampeders would defeat the Winnipeg Blue Bombers 13-12. So what do I think about this game? Nothing. There's nothing to think about this game. It's a nothing game. And obviously, now, really, who are these games valuable for? Guys like Brown. Guys that are not those top string players that are fighting for spots in future seasons. That's really all it is putting a showing forward and mainly just keeping all your guys that you need for playoffs healthy. So, you know, I'm not disappointed because I didn't really have any emotional investment in this game. Obviously, I would have liked to see the Bombers win rather than to see them lose. But I'm not concerned how this would affect them come playoffs. It was actually one of the positives, I think, to come out of this was that there's a very real possibility that the Stampeders will beat the Saskatchewan Roughriders in the quarterfinal, or in the Western semifinal, sorry. And, that we'll be facing them. So it's really nice to see the Bomber defense even not a full-strength Bomber defense, really put the pressure on Bo Levi Mitchell, so where he really never got comfortable going against us. Then again, wasn't throwing the ball as much, but when he did, he wasn't having the success he was used to. So overall, it is what it is. Not too concerned. Congratulations, King Nothing. You know, the king of nothing. It was a nothing game. It is what it is. I would love to know your thoughts down below. Make sure you like, comment, and share it around. And subscribe if you haven't already. And check out, I do weekly reviews and previews of CFL action, as well as my brother covers the Jets content. Check some of that out. We have a reaction as well to the Spider-Man trailer if you're a Marvel fan. And I'll catch you guys later, and I'll see you later.